Hello. Today, I'd like to talk about, and I wonder when you're choosing your teams, when you're choosing the people that you want to work with, how do you make that decision? What criteria do you use to help you to get the best people working with you instead of people that you thought were the best people working with you? And that's a big thing because these are people that you really are going to be spending a lot of time with. And if you choose someone that you don't realize is going to drive you nuts, and you find out later, it's, oh my gosh, been there, done that. It's not pretty. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Happened to me, want to say a couple of times. But anyway, we'll get into that. And for those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm just trying to sit my little electronic beaver down here so that if I need to look back at it, I can. And I got the calendar all twisted up. Anyway, so my name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs. Hopefully, that's not going to fall. I help business builders and entrepreneurs to be able to bring a business online and to be able to not have to do the things that they found uh, that didn't make them happy, that made them stressed, that upset them, that and I've been through it, so I know it's just you can even get to the point where you're sick to your stomach every time you have to go leave to go do something that you really don't like doing because it doesn't resonate with you. It doesn't, doesn't make you feel good inside. So for me, um, I had a lot of a difficulty with that. And I know there are a lot of people out there like me that have difficulties. So I help those people, those entrepreneurs and business builders, to be able to come online and to be able to not have to do those things like chasing family and friends and without oh my gosh, chasing strangers was just really, and a lot of the things that I had to do that were not the updated and modern methods that I use today really took frustrating and upsetting. And I had two young kids at the time. So it was just really difficult, especially when you had, for me, when I had to leave my kids at home. So that is why I do what I do. I want to help business builders, and we're not allowed to say what that actually means. That's the list of 100, chasing your family and friends, that kind of thing, coffee meetings, home parties. So the people that that name would be called, I can't use anymore. But anyway, it's so I use business builder instead, as well as entrepreneurs, that I know what it's like to go through that struggle and to go through that upset and frustration and to do it and then not having any success. And I've done this for about, I keep trying to add it up and figure out, did I have my first son yet or did I not? Because I think I tried it when I first got him or something like that. And it was kind of tough, but you do what you can, and you do what you feel you must do until you know better. So I am here to help those people that are feeling uncomfortable, feeling frustrated and upset, and and need to do something different, something modern, something updated, that's a better, different type of way to build. So that is what I do. I help people that do that. And so I will have on Mondays and Tuesdays, I put my information on the video in the comment section when it's downloaded so that you can message me. You can use the other information to get a free training that I have, as well as if you just want to talk If you just have questions, I'm available for that. So I will have that information on the video when it's downloaded. But let's get back to the topic at hand. When you are building a team, I mean, there's so much going on in, what that was going on in my head when I first joined this company, which is an education and mentorship company where they help you to learn. You have training wheels on with certain things, and they help you learn how to do it, and then you're able to take the training wheels off and go by yourself, and you've learned and you've moved on, and you're maybe at another level and you're on training wheels again, and what have you. It's just a matter of, just a way of saying that you get to learn and grow with someone helping you to do that, just kind of not holding your hand, but pointing you in the right direction for solutions. So and that, excuse me, is one of the main things that I really, really love to do. I love to be able to um, know what the pains, the struggles are, so that I can then point the people that I am trying to help, the people that I want to help, in the direction of a solution, or to point them exactly to a solution. What I have may not work for them. It may be something that they need from somewhere else. And that's not a problem, because I'm here to help, not just to satisfy my own needs, not just to, build my castle in the sky. I'm not, that's not me. That's not what I'm into. So basically, that is it. And I know that I tend to want to keep explaining, so forgive me. Those of you that don't know me, and for those of you who do know me and have, come and, are familiar with me, forgive me as well, because I know I do talk a lot. I just want to make sure that there's an understanding with what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about, and I've read a lot of different things and researched when I come and I bring information to you. And every now and then I'll keep a name of an author, or, one of the authors that most impressed me. And that was on this particular subject of choosing those people that you want to work with, that are going to be there for you. Is that important? I think yes. And what do you think? Do you want, like, say you have a friend and they just like to come over and hang out and they're pretty fun, but then when it comes time to really trying to do something or project, or some type of something, maybe even around the house, maybe you want to paint the fence and you ask them to help you and they say, oh sure, okay, and then they don't show up. And then you ask them to help you do something else, oh sure, yeah, I'll be there, and then they get here, but they get there, but they get there really late, until it's too late and you can't see what you're doing because they came really late. So when you're thinking about those people that you want to work with, you want to think about what it is that they need to show up with in order to be able to align with you, and to align with your values, and align with the things that you think are important. Not that they have to be a carbon copy you, but they have to be somebody that that you want to be with. So I digress. I have 4 characteristics for you to consider. And when I looked these up, believe it or not, these characteristics, when used the thesaurus to look them up, a lot of them ended up, being the same thing. So for number 1 for me, honesty is really important. It's one of the most important characteristics that a person can have. And I have 4 of them here. These are my top, and these are what I picked out of when I was reading the article by Jim Rohn. I don't remember the name of it. I think it had to do with traits of those people that you wanted to be around, those people that you want to work with. Or, so I can't remember the exact name, but so mine is somewhat similar to his because I'm talking about 4 key characteristics that you want to consider. So honesty for me is so important. And I guess because I've had, some dishonest people in my life that have taken things from me and that have not stood up to their word and have not, done what I felt that they were supposed to do, even though, when you talk to them, it's like, okay, yeah, oh, I agree perfectly. But then they do exactly different of what they say. So honesty for me is a really big thing. I don't know. What is it? What do you think about honesty? Is honesty one of your top? Consider, what it would mean to be with a person that isn't honest, that's, willing to bend a lot and not just a little bend, but like bend a lot, and so then you end up with there's just no integrity there. There's no stability there. Okay, so let me get to number two. Number two, I have self-restraint. There are a lot of things that I've seen people do as I worked as a nurse in the hospital, and it's things like taking pins, taking band-aids, having a bottle of alcohol, whatever. I've seen people take things. They're not their things. They belong to the institution that we worked at. But I've seen people take things. And so one day my brother comes to my house, and I can't remember how he cut himself or whatever, but he had a nick on his finger. And he said, do you have any Band-Aids and alcohol? And I said, gosh, because I want to say it was probably around the time I was moving. And so I didn't have all of my stuff because I usually keep my own alcohol. I buy my alcohol, my Band-Aids, my, gauze and what have you. I used to buy it from, and I guess it's okay to say Sam's. I bought it from Sam's, and it's like a first aid kit. And so that way it would have everything in it, and I wouldn't have to have a bottle of this here and a bottle of that there and buying different things and cost and what have you. So anyway, but prior to my buying that kit, I had, the little pieces of stuff. And he was like, well, and I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me just get some. So we cleaned it up with soap and water and dried it, and I held pressure on it for a while and so on. So he says, you work in a hospital. And I said, yeah, I do, and I'm looking at him like he's crazy. And he says, and you don't have any Band-Aids, any bandages, no alcohol, and nothing like that. I said, I do, but it's packed in something, but it's not. I said, but I don't, working at a hospital doesn't give me those things. Those don't belong to me. And he was just kind of surprised, at that I said that. But that's the way I am, and God knows I am so far from perfect that we don't even want to go there. So, but still, that's just something that's not mine. And I'm not going to bend to bring stuff home so that I have it here. I just don't feel like I would be blessed. So self-control to me, that's one of the things. Self-restraint, self, monitoring, keeping yourself from doing things that you shouldn't do. Number three, accountable. Being accountable and having accountability, being responsible, like taking the responsibility. I did that several times as a leader where I would, it was my team, I was the supervisor. And when there was a complaint, the complaint came to me. And I would say, okay, I'm very sorry that that happened. I take full responsibility for that. I will find out what happened and who and how, and I will straighten it out. And to me, that's what needs to be done, not someone who's going to blame, oh, well, she did it and you can go talk to her, or he did it and go talk to him, or that, be able to stand up, be accountable. If you are the leader, then, you got to have strong shoulders and you got to be able to handle the things that need to be handled. And even to the point of having to let somebody go, you got to be strong enough and accountable enough to do that, especially if that person is bringing the team down. Number 4, the last thing is being trustworthy and steadfast. Someone who is going to be there through the hard times. They'll be there with you during the good times, but they're also not going to run when the hard times come. They'll still be there with you. Those are the people that I like to be around. Those are the types of people that I want to be with. Those are the type of people that I want to introduce to my family. Those are the type of people that I want to go on vacation with and have fun with and, talk to. And, and it's not like you have to be friends with everybody that you work with, because that just probably isn't going to happen. But there may be a core group of people that you hire that are like, you may be the leader and they may be, the leader under you. And then they have to, again, look at that when they're talking about the people that they want you to hire, or people that they like, that they know about, that has certain qualities, and not only qualities, but they have abilities, to be able to do this and that, and they're tech savvy, or they're this savvy, or whatever. So as you're building a team, there's certain things that you want. So I'm going to just go over these 4 things again, and then let you guys just kind of think about it, and just consider these things. And when you're thinking about your business and who you want to be with. So number 1, I said honesty, really important. Number 2, self-restraint. Number 3, being accountable. And I'm about to explain, so sorry. And then number 4, trustworthy and steadfast. I hope that you'll give these some consideration, that you'll think about them, and think about those people that you want in your business, those people that you want that are going to continue to be there with you through thick and thin, that are going to, some people will leave, but that's okay. But as long as you have those core group of people that are going to be there with you, that are going to, be the hard worker, be the strong, a person, and whatever it is that they are, the strongest in, to be able to just do the things that need to be done. And all of these characteristics are really important to me. So basically, I'm going to leave it there. I don't see any questions or comments or anything in the chat. Please remember that you can leave your questions, comments, your opinions in the chat, whether you are here with me live or whether you are catching this on the replay. That would be great. I will come back and answer you, and hopefully you got something out of this. Did you? Did you get anything out of this to help you think about and to consider who it is that you want really to work with, who you want to be around? I hope so. So I'm going to do some housekeeping things real quick, and let me try not to explain them. So I'm going to just go through them. Keep your notifications on so you know when I'm going live. Remember, we're still walking through this stuff we've been walking through, so follow the CDC guidelines as close as possible to keep you, your family, your friends, and others safe. Remember, there are people that are isolated, and phone call, a text message, an email, or even trying to get them on a Zoom would be a nice thing. And remember, for those of you who pray, continue to lift us and our world in prayer, and just help us to be able to, get through this. And we will get through this. We will be the stronger for it on the other side. And that's always the way I look at it. It has to be that way. I will come through on the other side or I will be going home. And either way is good for me. So that's it. So wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, sleepy time, always make it the best that you can make it. Always be the best that you can be. God bless you. God keep you. And I will see you again tomorrow with another topic. Talk soon. Bye.